वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। I welcome everyone who has joined online as well as on the temple on Saturday morning, 3rd June 2023 on the study of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. This session is every week. We are studying Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. We are studying the sloka and we are trying to understand what it means and how we can apply this great knowledge in our everyday life today. That is the purpose. As we also talked multiple times, that we pray Gita, we respect it, we put it on our head, we put chandan, we put akshata, we would put kumkum over it, and we say that it is the greatest book in our religion, in our in our history. And but because it is in Sanskrit and the language is now not much studied in regular life, we don't understand the meaning of it. So even though it is giving us the best knowledge, we can't understand the book, and that is why we can't apply it. Some people feel that it is historical, and so it is not applicable in today's life. And that is why also people say that, oh, it is not applicable, it is the old time and all that. So to remove that misunderstanding and to actually see this message in our everyday life, our effort to do that every week is on every Saturday morning we are meeting here. So we were on the second chapter on a 44th sloka last time, and second chapter is very important because the first chapter Arjun Vishad Yognama was showing why a person is unhappy, why Arjun is unhappy, why he is sad, and then the second chapter is Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga Nama Dvitiyo Adhyaya. Sankhya Yoga is explaining us who we are and how we are connected with the outside world, and that is basically it is explaining us. And then when we are connecting with the outside world, how we can be happy in this life. It does not talk about bhakti, it does not talk about the beliefs and all those parts. It is talking pure science. It is talking pure science of rebirth. It is talking pure science of difference between a material body and our own Chaitanya part. So it is explaining it. And we were looking at 44th sloka, which was a Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam, Bhog and Aishwarya Prasaktanam, one who is deeply attached with the Bhog and Aishwarya. Taya Pahata Chetasam, and they just cannot come out of it unless they connect themselves with the God, which is Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi. The buddhi, the intellect has to be yoga, has to be connected. And samadho na vidhyate means this is the only way, this is the only path by which you can have a samadho. We can have a comfort in our life. So we'll go further on 45th sloka now, which is explaining us what is the material nature and how the material nature is connecting us, and then because of that material nature, how we become unstable or unhappy. So I will chant the 45th sloka here, and then we will go with the anvay, we will go with the understanding. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraiguryo Bhavarjuna Nirdwando Nityasatvastho Niryogakshema Aatmavan. So here God is telling us, first we'll do the anvay of it, we'll understand what it means. Traigunya, Vishaya, Veda. Traigunya. The three modes of material nature. Every material, everything. What is material nature? Whatever we see around us, whatever we see all over in the world, which may be live or not alive, but they are away from us. That is how it is becoming a material world. Material, any experiment we do. Say for example, we were in the school and we were doing an experiment. Then we were told, this is the material, this is the procedure. So there are three parts in it. One is the material part, where there are instruments, there are raw materials, there are different tools and tackles. All this becomes a material part. Then the second part was the procedure, how each material will be used or interacted among them to do the experiment or to do the work. And even in manufacturing or any other business, it is exactly same thing. But the third part is the most important. And the third part is the doer, the Chaitanya part. The one who is actually doing the experiment. The one who is actually doing the actions so that each material react with each other, each material get connected with each other. Now, going at a one more micro level, even our body, as we saw in the previous slokas, is also a material nature, because we are not the body, as we already understood in the previous sloka. We are the Chaitanya inside. We are the Atma which is inside us. So, even for that Atma to react with the material world, which is including our body, how that has to react, so that finally we can become a happier person. That is how it is. Sometimes we are unhappy with ourselves. We all have got that experience. We are unhappy with ourselves. We say that, oh, why didn't I do this? Oh, I made this mistake. Oh, I should have done this way. A person who is thinking that, oh, I should be living a healthy life, he thinks that, oh, I should go for a jogging. I should go for go to a gym. But because of one or the other reason, he or she cannot go. Maybe by laziness. And then they curse themselves, they blame, they are unhappy with even themselves. Oh, how I can be so lazy that I didn't go to the gym. So even in that experience, we can see that we ourselves are thinking and understanding our body as a different part. So we are angry with ourselves. When we say that we are angry with ourselves, that means me is different than I. And this is the biggest difference. And if one who understands this can understand the nature of the material, which is Traigunya, three types of material nature. Traigunya, Vishaya, Veda. It is told, Veda means it is told in the Vedic scripture, it is told. Traigunya, Vishaya. Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. Bhava Arjuna. Arjun is the name of Arjun. And Bhava means be. Nistraigunyo. Come out of these three material nature. One who can come out of these three material nature can be happier. And what will happen? Once the person comes out of this material nature, the person will become Nirdwando, Nityasatvastho, and Niryogakshema and Aatmavan. Niryogakshema. So, there are so many questions. First of all, how to do this? And what are the tools to do it? If I have to handle myself also, what is the tool for me? Because it is me. In the previous case, experiment which we were talking, my Chaitanya is including my body. That is why I move my hand and I take the tools from one to the other place, I mix the materials. That is what I do. But here, when it is a case of me and I, the material is me itself. So how to handle it? And that is why there is a Buddhi Yoga. The whole question, the whole point was Buddhi Yoga. We have to use our intellect to understand ourselves. That is the number one part. We have to connect our Buddhi. Yoga means to join. And what we have to connect the Buddhi with? Aatmavan. We have to connect the Buddhi with I, ourselves, and understand it. Then all the three Traigunya will not impact, harm or make us difficult. Yoga means to join. Joining two things. Let us take an example of a glue. Any glue, you open up a glue box, it will say clean both the surfaces very neatly. There should not be any dust on it. There should not be any oil on it. It should be all clean off every kind of impurities on it, and then apply the glue and it will join. Every glue, every box will get that detail over it. So when we have to join ourselves, Aatmavan, joining yoga, we have to prepare our surface. We have to prepare ourselves so that we can join Aatmavan, Atma to Paramatma. How we can join? We have to prepare ourselves. How we can prepare ourselves? By intellect. By using intellect. By the cleaner name intellect, we can see ourselves. We can see beyond ourselves. And we can study that. So which are the three modes of material nature we were talking about? That is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva means the truth. It has a very wide definition and multiple applications. But Sattva in a very normal sense is mode of goodness. It's a good thing. It's a better thing. It's a true thing. It is eternal thing. That is Sattva. And then Rajas. Rajas means connected, getting connected, passion, ownership, hard work. All these qualities come from one part, which is Rajas. And Tamas. Tamas means ignorance, Agyan. Tamas in literal word means Andhakar, darkness, absence of light, absence of knowledge is Tamas, ignorance. That is Tamas. These three modes of nature are impacting us, and so joining of Atma with the God is not possible. It doesn't happen. We try to glue and it comes up. We all know there is a word which is called as a Smashan Vairagya. Whenever unfortunately any of our relative or any of our friend or somebody dies, we go to the Smashan. We go to Smashan. We go over there, we do all the rituals which are connected to that. And when we are sitting in the Smashan, when we are sitting there, we are thinking, what is life? My friend was here, he has already gone, there is nothing there in the world. We start thinking all the intellectual thing there. But the moment we come out of it, we start doing business, we start getting into our life every day. We become exactly same thing within couple of hours. How? That is called as Smashan Vairagya. We tried to glue it, but because the surface was not clean, we didn't stick to it. In our everyday life also, other cases, suppose there is a father. A father is coming from the office, he is still having the work in the office and he is worried about his work and all that. And the kids are coming and telling, Dad, let us go and play. If the father is still connecting his brain with the office, the father will not be able to play and enjoy with the kids. Why? Because he is connected with the office still in his mind. He will not be able to give full attention. He will not be happy to play with the kids because he is worried about his office. He is worried about his business. So when we are not clean, when we are connected with this one of these three things, then we are not having ourselves prepared to do the next process, which is yoga, which is connecting with the God. And so to do that, God is telling us, Nirdwando, come out of all these things. And it is very important to understand that even the Sattva, God is telling, come out of it. And be Aatmavan. You have to be Aatmavan. So how to do this? So let us understand what it means. I mean, like, if we have to clean, we have to know, taking the same metaphor of the glue and two objects, to clean something, we should know what is the impurity on it. Unless we know what is the impurity on it, we will not be able to clean it. And that is why God has explained these 3 points, which are explaining what is the dust or what is the impurity on the surface and how to clean it. How to clean it is Aatmavan. You become Aatmavan. So the first word here is Nirdwando. Dvandva. Duality. Indecisiveness. Dilemma. So many words. unfortunately, what is happening is that the direct translation of Sanskrit word in English is very challenging. It does not always give the correct and true meaning of it. So Dvandva means dilemma, duality, indecisiveness, trying to, running between pillar and post. All these things combined will become Dvandva. So God is telling, come out of dilemma. Come out of dilemma. So let us try to see why there is a dilemma. Why we have the dilemma in life. People will say, oh, I don't have any dilemma. Dilemma doesn't mean only the larger decisions. Dilemma can be even very small thing. I will get up in the morning and then what color of dress I am going to wear. What I am going to cook every day. Today what dish I am going to cook. Today which shoe I am going to wear. If you are in a business, today which person who I am going to visit. Every day, every second, there is a decision to be taken. One or the other way. Now, how do we take the decision? We take the decision as best of our interest. Whatever is best in our mind at that moment, we take the decision. We never take a wrong decision. We always say that this is the best for me, as per the best of my knowledge, as per the best of the circumstances. I think that this is the best way to do. I am going to go out with the umbrella because it is going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. I'll search, I'll ask people, I will go to the internet and check what is going to be the weather today. And then I will take an umbrella. So any decision which you take is always best at that moment. That is how we take the decision. We take the decision based on our power, capacity. Even though sometimes we see that it is not the best decision, but that is within our capacity. So we say that what else can we do? It is what it is. And then we take the decision. But in all these cases, there is a decision between two things. Smallest thing, largest thing. It can be very big decision, whether to go with a war with the next door country. Is also same decision. Dilemma. So how do, as a normal people in our daily life, we can be happy when there is a dilemma and there is a decision to be taken? We cannot run away from taking the decision. Shakespeare, Hamlet thought whether I should be, to be or not to be, and he thought so much, he became mad. He couldn't decide to be or not to be. So number one, we have to decide. Number two, we cannot run away. We can run away with some decisions, but not run away with every decision in life. We cannot run. So we have to decide, and we are in dilemma what to do. So we decide. We decide something. And after we decide, what happens? Maybe in 10 days, in 10 hours, I like some food very much. I eat it. I eat so much. Oh, I like this dish. I like this. I will eat it so much. Then my stomach becomes upset. Within 5-6 hours, we curse ourselves. Why did I eat so much? Oh my God, I should not have eaten this much. Yeah. So it may be 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 hours, maybe 5 years or 50 years. Oh, when I was young, I didn't decide this correctly, and now I am suffering for the whole life. We always have that dilemma and decision. So how to do? Nirdwando, Nirdwando, come out of your dilemma. How can we do? How can we come out of dilemma? We cannot run away. So there are two words in it, Atma Shraddha and Isha Shraddha. Believing in oneself. That is Aatmavan. And Isha Shraddha. Believing in God. Now some people will say, I don't believe in God. Very simple, very commonly we hear. Don't worry, God is not there. We can talk about it, it is going to come further. But God is not for God, God is for us. We always, whenever we take a decision, we need some kind of a sustainment from inside. We think that this is the best. The feeling of dilemma will go. There will be decision. There may be an outcome which is favorable or non-favorable. But there is somebody to take care of me. There is a story about it. There was a couple. This couple was traveling, say in a cruise, this is an old time story, but it was traveling in a ship, and they were going in nice ocean, very nice travel. Everybody were enjoying. And then, after some time, the captain announced that, oh, an unexpected storm is in the way. Unexpected storm. It was not calculated. The decision was taken that there is no storm and we are going to sail happily. But a storm has come. Unknowns. So storm comes, and now the whole ship is moving here, there. There's so much of wind, and water is coming in the ship, and the whole ship is shaking, and everybody is worried. Everybody is so much scared. Oh, we are going to sink, we are going to sink. And everybody is worried about their life and their belongings and their relatives. Now this couple is also traveling in the same ship, and wife is also so much upset. Wife is also so much worried. Oh, what will happen? What will happen to us and all that. And then husband is telling, why you are worried about this thing? We are going to handle the situation. It is not to run away. We are going to handle, but you should not be worried. And then she is telling, no, but how we cannot be worried, because this whole ship is shaking. It is going to sink. Lots of storm. We can't see anything. Lots of clouds, rain, everything. So what the husband does, his husband takes out his pistol. He has a pistol, a revolver, a gun. So he takes out a gun and he puts at the head of the wife. He's putting the gun on the head of the wife, and he's putting like this here. And then he's telling, what do you think now? And the wife is laughing. So he's asking, why you are not worried? I am putting the gun right at your head. You are not worried? And she's telling, I am not worried. I am not worried about the gun, even though I know it is loaded and it has got a bullet in it. I am not worried. Why you are not worried? Because the person who is holding the gun is my husband, and I know he is not going to shoot me. So I am not worried, even though there is a loaded gun right at my head. Because the person who is holding the gun is my husband, he is related to me. So I am not worried. So the husband says, in the same way, if you relate to the God, he is my father, he is my mother, whatever way we believe, no problem. Then any situation, he is going to take care of you. He is going to take care of you. Then we are not worried. We will move around in the world very happily. Remember, it does not mean running away from the situation. It does not mean neglecting a situation. It does not mean not working hard towards the solution of a situation. But it means there is someone who is going to take care of me. He is there or not is a separate part that can be discussed later. But somebody is there, that feeling itself takes the person all the way through. We already know there is a present history. There is a man, there is a nice movie on it. I think the name of the movie is Beautiful Hands or something like that. I have forgotten the name. This boy, he is an African origin boy. The mother has got the son like that, only couple of sons he has. And she doesn't want the son to go into bad habits. So she is telling the son, every day you are going to come and show me your homework. Let me see what you are doing correct homework or not. And then the story goes on, and the guy studies, and now I think he is one of the best surgeon in the world actually. He's the greatest surgeon in the medical sciences. After so many years, he understood that his mother couldn't even read. His mother couldn't read. But when his mother is telling, show me your homework, and then when the mother is seeing that paper in front, the son believes that my mother is watching me. My mother is looking at me. My mother is looking at my homework. So I should do my homework correctly. What happened? He did his homework correctly. He studied. He grew. Even though the mother was not even looking at, because mother cannot read. So God is there, we believe in Him or not, it's a separate part. Let us, even thinking psychologically, something is there to help me, helps a lot. In medical science, it's the same way. Doctor tells, take this medicine and believe in God. because that belief actually works more. There are experiments in placebo medicines where an empty capsule is given to a person and told, you take this medicine, you will become okay. It is empty, there is no medicine in it. But the person becomes okay. How? Without medicine, how did a person become correct? The disease is gone. How? The belief is much stronger force in a human life. Belief in anything. So if we have a belief, Nirdwando, whatever decision we are taking, whatever decision we take as per best of our efficiency, best of our knowledge, we will be putting our whole heart in it and we will be successful. So Nirdwando, no dvandva, no dilemma. That is the way to happiness. Whatever we are doing, we decided. Maybe there is an unfavorable result, so what? I will work further. Is it not best applicable to the students who are studying now? What subject I should be taking? Whether I should get good marks, I didn't get better marks, what should I be doing? Should I get disheartened? Or I should work further? There is someone who is going to help me, let me work harder. This is required for everyone, students, businessmen, women, housewives, everyone. It is required. Nirdwando. No half-hearted effort. And we will use our best of efficiency. And naturally, when people put their best efficiency, there is a success. So Nirdwando. Nityasatvastho. Nityasatvastho. Nitya means continuous. Always. Inseasably. All the time, all the places, everywhere. All that means Nitya. Nitya. Sattva. Connecting with the truth. Stha. Stha word is a Sanskrit word where stha means it is a place or it is a foundation or it is connected, rooted, joined. All that is stha. Devasthanam. Where Dev is seated. Stha means seated. Anchored, foundation, all these words together becomes stha, the meaning of the stha. Deshastha, Kayastha, all these words are coming from there. So, Nityasatvastho, stha, one who is attached to the truth all the time. Which truth? What kind of truth? Whether crow is black or white. So crow is black. Is that the truth? What kind of a truth we are talking about here and how to attach with it? Truth is that the sun is rising every day. Is that the truth? What kind of a truth we should be connecting with? Because we are connecting with a non-material nature item, remember. So what happens that the truth is we are Atma. This is the eternal truth. And if we get connected with our Aatmavan, in ourselves when we are connected, all other things are not truth. Now somebody will say, okay, so what is the truth? Let us understand a bit about truth. Satya, Sattva is a very interesting thing. So let us take an example. If we see a boy, and that boy is around 10-year-old, he has a birthday, and we are celebrating his birthday, right? And he is a 10-year-old boy. So we say that this boy is 10-year-old today. We say that. But remember, the time is continuously going. So when we say that this boy is 10-year-old today, he may be 10 years and some hours. He may be 2-3 hours, 10 years, 2-3 hours, maybe. And then there are minutes, and then there are seconds. So the moment, even though we calculate to the exact amount, we say that this boy is 10 years, 3 hours, 15 minutes and 24 seconds old. But the moment we say that, there is already 25th second. So our sentence that this boy is this much old is not a truth. There is a change. Anything which keeps changing is not truth because we can't describe it. This tree is, if there is a tree, we say that this tree is say 3 feet tall. But tree is growing, even though it is by micro. We may not be able to see it in front of us, but it is growing, it is changing. And that is why Shankaracharya told that Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. That is where it is coming from. Anything which we see around, if it is changing, how it can be truth? Anything which is steady, which is Nitya, that is truth. Anything which is changing, which is moving, which is transforming, which is splitting into pieces, is not a truth. Because it is changing. That is why Bhagwan Satya hai, Paramatma Satya hai. Why? Because Paramatma is not changing. That is why Bhagwan ko Satya कहते हैं. That is why God is told as Satya. Satya means what? Which is eternally, continuously, all the time, all the places, exactly saying that is Satya. All other thing is not truth. So here Nityasatvastho, one who is eternally, continuously, all the time, is connected, installed, established, founded, all this, the Stha word is extremely important. One who is always, eternally, all the time, everywhere, in any moment, Stha, connected, joined, founded, attached to Sattva. One who gets to that level will not be worried about the changing world, because he knows that one who is now will be changing in the very next moment. So there is no point in lamenting. There is no point in becoming sad over it. That is why even in our death also, when somebody is unfortunately dying in our family, we say Mrityu Mangalamaya hai. Mrityu, the death. Is it not very bad? Is it not seem very painful? Then why it is called as Mangalamaya? Pious. Why? Why we say that? Because it is transforming. But the Atma is steady, is always, is continuous. So, Nityasatvastho, always get attached with the truth. And the truth is, it is me, I, my Atma, my existence. The Chaitanya in me is always there. So, my belonging will keep changing, my ownership will keep changing, my size, my shape, my health, my body, my look, everything will keep changing. Because that is Asat. So if I stick with my Sat, even though I am a 10-year-old boy or I am a 90-year-old man, my Sat is saying, Nitya Sattva, connect with the Sattva. That is what it is. So that is called as a self-realization. When we realize ourselves as an Atman and not as a material world, which is the 3-part, Traigunya, Vishaya, Veda, then we will be happy. Anything which is coming with us as an ownership, we earn more money, we earn less money, we lose money, we fall sick, we may be very healthy, we get good friends, we may not get good friends. All that becomes because we understand that it is a material part of the world and me as an Atman is a constant, and we were connected with the Atman, the material world will not impact us. The material world is not going to impact and make us sad or unhappy. That is called as a Nityasatvastho. Sthira, connected with the Sattva, Nitya, all the time. Niryogakshema, Yogakshema. Very important word. Many people have used this word in their business blogs. In India, there is a big insurance company. They have put this big log, Yogakshema Vahamyaham. Yeah. Your Yogakshema is run by me. Yeah. There is a sloka also going to come. Yogakshema Vahamyaham. Yogakshem, gain and loss. My life. We need support in our life. We need support to run our life. We need support in multiple ways. We need food, shelter, clothing. Then we need relatives, friends to give us company. Then we need thoughts. Without thoughts, a human being cannot be happy. So we need all this to run our life. That is Yogakshema. So, Niryogakshema. So should we not consider that we should be happy in our life? Should we not go for, a better returns for our actions? What should we? We must. Without expectation, without any rewards of the actions, we will not work. Nobody will work. It's very common sense. It is understandable. Here it is telling Niryogakshema. Why? A human nature is always getting more and be happy. Anybody we ask, even an ant for that matter, if there is a bigger piece of sugar and there is a smaller piece of sugar, the ant will always like to take the bigger piece of sugar if it can lift the piece of sugar. Even in animals, in birds, everywhere we see the bigger, better gain is always the direction of a material world, of a material nature. That is Rajoguna. That is coming from the Rajoguna. Human nature is always like that. But what happens? Let us imagine that if somebody is telling, oh, you know what, I come to Canada. If it will be great, once I get my PR, I am a student. Let us take a real day example, today's example, so many hundreds of students, some may be even listening online here. So there are hundreds and thousands of students coming here in Canada. Oh, what will I do? I will study very good, and then I will get some job. I will have the work permit, and I will get the job, and I will do the job, and then I will get a PR, permanent residence in Canada. Aha! He's so happy. The moment he becomes permanent resident, he thinks, oh, now I should have a house. I am living in an apartment. I will at least buy a townhouse. And while asking him, why you need a townhouse? Apartment no good. Townhouse is better. I wanted a house. I want to some little garden and all that thing. Yeah, I should get a better job. So he is unhappy with his present condition and he is looking forward to the future better conditions. And then he gets a bungalow, he gets a wife or a husband, kids, cars, and you list it, we all know about it. You ask him at any given moment, what is that? I have got two business, I have already got 2 pizza stores, but I want to open up third one in Ajax now. Yes. I wanted more. There is nothing wrong in more. There is nothing wrong in progress. I am not telling there is wrong in progress. There has to be a progress. But if a person keeps on running, he will never be happy with the present condition. Why? Because he thinks that my Yogakshema, all my fulfillment, my resources, they are all coming from the future. They are not coming from the present. And that is what is coming as a hurdle in human life. You cannot enjoy what you have in hand because you always look for a brighter future. And who is going to fulfill the brighter future? My work, my hard work, my friends, my resources. They will never be contented. They will never be happy. Even if he is a billionaire, we have seen in temple, billionaires come here. They pray God. You already have everything. No, you know what? I am opening another business in Brandon. So I am putting a $20 billion business over there. God, please help me and please make my business successful. Yeah. He is also going for the same thing. Yogakshema. So Niryogakshema. It doesn't mean inaction. Let me repeat it. It's very important because this is a tripping part where people sometimes misunderstand the whole thing. It does not mean inaction. It does not mean working half-heartedly. It does not mean not putting your efficiency to the fullest extent. It does not mean that you do not enjoy your present condition. It is only meaning that only looking to the forward in the future is happy and the past was unhappy. Always we see that past was unhappy, past was, oh, I could have done this, I could have done it better, and the future is always brighter and happier. But I am never in my present, and that is why Niryogakshema means not anchoring our happiness, not anchoring our expectation on the Yogakshema, on the rewards, on the resources, on my present condition, not putting ourselves, not putting our baseline of happiness and satisfaction based on the whatever belongings I have is the path of happiness. If I become happy with my car today, if I have got a Toyota, 1991 model, old car, $500 I bought, I will be looking at another guy, oh, he has got a new Toyota. I will be unhappy in my car. Then now now I have got a new Toyota. Then I see, he has a Lexus. I will be unhappy. I am in a Lexus. Oh, he has got a Tesla. I will be unhappy. You are always unhappy. Why? Because Yogakshema, we put our happiness on the gain and loss. And this is the reason. So God is telling, Niryogakshema, do your work correctly, but that brighter future, and that is only going to make me happy, that psychology is to be removed. Now all these three things how can it happen? By focusing me on myself. I am Atma. I am born and I will be born again. I was born before. If I am a 60-year-old man today, for example. So how was it 150 years before? Well, I was there already. I was having some other material body. I was having some other belongings. Now I am here and I will be going further down to another level. I am not connected, I am not attached, I am not evaluated. I do not evaluate myself with the material world. Yogakshema, Niryogakshema. Don't get concerned with the gain and loss. Never get attached to it. And to do that, you should be Aatmavan. Understand oneself. Aatmavan. Satisfied in oneself. No external factor impacts the happiness of my brain and intellect. My brain status will be stable. We have got a saint whose name was Narsi Mehta. He was in Gujarat. He is a very big saint from Gujarat. His wife and his son died in the famine. Very sad. Very young boy. And the wife, they both died. How much unhappy he should be? Very unhappy. But he told, Bhalutayu Bangi Janjar Sukhe Bhajisu Sri Gopal. He told that, oh, I was busy with my wife, I was busy with my kid. Now I am less busy. So I will be able to more pray the God. It doesn't mean that he didn't love his wife. It doesn't mean that he didn't love his son. But he is Aatmavan. He knows that everything which is coming connected to me is only a matter of time. Who I am is Atman. When this comes, any biggest sorrow, imagine the sorrow, losing a child, losing a wife. How much sorrow? But he was not, because he believed, he anchored Nityasatvastho. He anchored himself with the Nitya Sattva. Who is Nitya and Sattva? The God. A non-changing, a non-duality, a no dilemma thing, he connected, and so he was happy. There is one more thing here, because people will say, oh, then you are totally Aatmavan, then nothing will happen to you. No, we will not becoming non-sensitive. We are not becoming non-emotional. There is a saint, another saint named Tukaram, Sant Tukaram. Sant Tukaram went for the pilgrimage to Ganga, to the river Ganga, and he was coming back. Now you have to remember that this is not the today's time. When you take flight from say Chennai or Bombay and you go to Varanasi, in 2 hours you come back. No, this was an old time when people have to walk through all the villages and all these places. There's so much hard work, and then bring that water from the holy water of river Ganga. So he was bringing the river water on his back. There are pots which they have to be very carefully handling. So that walking so much distance back again from Varanasi to Maharashtra, I don't know how much, maybe it is a 1.5 month of walking distance journey. So he was taking that water, holy water, so that he can take it to the village, to the people that see I have brought the holy water. On the way, he is seeing a donkey. A donkey is dying because of the water. He was not having water, it was very hot. So donkey wanted water, donkey was dying. He was just, painfully on the side of the road. He just fallen down. So Tukaram take the river of the water of Ganga, he was carrying, so precious. He walked 1.5 months towards Ganga, Varanasi, and he was coming back. Such a hard work to contain that much of water. So precious. He fed that water to the donkey. People say, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get some other water, this, that, all that. No, he put it. So even though he was Nityasatvastho, even though he was Nirdwando, so that is why he didn't have any problem. He didn't consider, he has still the same emotion. He still has the same sensitivity towards the pain of the animal. So remember, it is not becoming dull. It is not becoming non-sensitive. We will be sensitive. We will be emotional. We will be active. We will be working towards the best fruits. But we are not connected with it. We are not attached. My happiness or unhappiness is not connected to the material nature. That is what this sloka is telling. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraiguryo Bhavarjuna. Come out of this three material nature and become Nirdwando, Nityasatvastho, Niryogakshema and Aatmavan. Becoming Aatmavan will help, will slowly, so I can become Aatmavan tomorrow. No, it needs practice, it needs slowly we can do that. So that is the method to have the eternal happiness. Why? Because then we are with the Nityasattva. That is what it is telling. So we will go further to the 46th sloka now. So here I will change the sloka, and this is a metaphor. See, just like I am talking with the examples, God also knows that He needs to give an example. Because somebody will ask that, okay, you are telling that Aatmavan, how much? I should be 20% Aatmavan, 40% Aatmavan, how much Aatmavan? Where do I become Aatmavan? So God explains this in the further sloka. Let me chant the sloka. Yavanartha udapane sarvata samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. Yeah. God is giving us an explanation here, an example. Sampluta udaka, sampludake, yavanartha udapane. Udapane. Udapane means well water. The water of the well. The water of the well. So the way the well water is satisfying equally like a samplutodake, like the large lake. In other words, the water from a well is satisfying us equal to the water from a large lake. The amount of satisfaction which we get from the well water is exactly same like from a large lake. Yavanartha udapane. Just like whatever purpose the well water is serving us, similarly, sarvata, all the time, with similarly, in all respect, Samplut udak means water. So Sampluta means the lake. So large lake water, large body of water is serving the same purpose. He is giving us the same example. He is giving us the same satisfaction. Tavan sarveshu vedeshu. In the same way, in the same method, in the similar way, Sarve Vedeshu, Sarveshu Vedeshu, Sarveshu Vedeshu. All the Vedas, whatever knowledge, whatever satisfaction, whatever happiness which we get from all the knowledge of all the Vedas, Brahmanasya Vijanata. One who realizes the absolute truth, Brahmanasya Vijanata. Vijanata means knows. One who is a complete knowledge. So one who knows this complete knowledge, just one part has understood the complete Vedas, the complete knowledge of Vedas. In other words, in normal English, God is telling that if you know yourself, if you know the absolute truth, which is we are Atma and we are walking, that is the whole Sankhya Yoga. So we are Atman and we will move from body to body, we will move from life to life, from one to the other. Once we know that truth, the eternal truth, Nityasatvastho, and we connect ourselves, that is equal to studying all the Sarvesu Vedesu, all the Vedas, all the knowledge and all of that. See, so many things here. So many things. And this is the biggest hope. I will say that there is nothing better than this given to us as a hope in today's life, here, today, now. Because people will say, oh, you are telling me great knowledge and all that. I don't know Sanskrit. There is no good teacher. I cannot understand all those languages. I do not have the time to read it. And even though I read it, I don't understand. See, even Gita you are telling, but I don't understand those words. So if I am such a low, down, not understood, ignorant, all that, how will I be able to do this Aatmavan? How I will be able to? There is no hope. So there is no hope. There is no hope that I will be studying all these Vedas in this my life. And if I am not studying in my life, I will not be able to attain all these qualities. So God is telling, no, don't worry. You don't need to drink the whole water of the whole lake. You don't need to worry about what is the ocean of knowledge over there. Just like a little water from the well is satisfying and serving the purpose. Similar to the large body of water, just knowing ourselves, Aatmavan, the truth, is going to give us the same knowledge, the same satisfaction, the same outcome which you get from study of all the knowledge, all the Vedas. So this is the biggest hope to given to us. That even though we have not studied Sanskrit, we do not know, we didn't have time, all those things. But if we just merely understand ourselves, Aatmavan, self-realization gives eternal peace. Self-realization gives eternal peace. We do not need eternal peace to be taken from studying of so many Vedas and all these things. We already talked last time, because Veda has got 4 parts in it. And if we go with that, it is tremendous knowledge. People have put thousands of years even to write it. How many years we will need to read it and understand when we are not even knowing the knowledge, knowing the language. So understanding the basics resolves the problem. Let us take an example. When the kid is going to the school, grade 1, he is told 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Mathematics, 1 plus 1 equal to 2. They are given 2 ducklings. 1 duckling, second duckling. Then they say, put 1 duckling here. So they will put it on the table, the rubber toy. Then they will say, put the second duckling here. So they will put the second duckling. He will say, yes. So now how many ducklings? 1, 2. The kid learns 1 plus 1 equal to 2. We have all gone through that in the school. Now imagine, a kid is telling, okay, so 1 duckling plus 1 duckling equal to 2 ducklings. Now I got a toy cow. So now there is 1 cow and there is second cow. But 1 plus 1 duckling equal to 2. But 1 plus 1 cow is not equal to 2, because cow is different than duckling. If the child is going to ask that question, what will happen? Then the teacher will explain, no, it is not duckling, you are counting. And he says, but yeah, I am seeing the duckling here. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2 in case of duckling, but not in case of cow, the toys. That is ignorance. And then teacher tries to explain it. So in the same way, when we understand the process, the teacher is trying to explain the kid, no, don't look at the duckling, don't consider the toy, understand the process, understand the fundamentals, understand the basics. It is the basics of summation. So then the kid goes to grade 5 and he says, okay, now I know. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So if he is asked, okay, so 1 plus 3 equal to, he says, no, I don't know. I am taught only 1 plus 1. Then if I am taught, I will be learning 1 plus 2. Then I will learn 1 plus 3. If the kid doesn't understand the process of summation, and the kid only understands the 1, 2, the 3, the duckling, the cow, what will happen? The kid will not be able to learn the mathematics. To learn the mathematics, kid should learn what is the process of summation. That is important. That resolves every problem. Then the kid can do even any calculation, even go to the Mars or Jupiter, anywhere they can go with that mathematics knowledge. So the point is, we should know the basic. So when we are having the basic of Aatmavan, the true nature of water is to satisfy the thirst. When we know that, whether to drink the water from a well or for an ocean or a lake or wherever, we will know it. Important part is we know that water quenches my thirst. Let it be from a big lake or a small well or a pot. The important part is we understand the process, the fundamental, the basic. And what is the fundamental and basic? We are Atma. Once we understand that clearly, that I am Atman, all the belongings, all the things around me will not make me worry, will not make it be, shakeable. Understanding the summation and not the action. So whatever action I will be doing outside, I am putting a duckling here, I am putting a cow there. The kid may ask, okay, I am putting 1 duckling and 1 cow. Now how that will then become 2? Yeah, it will become 2 animals, probably. But the thing is the process of summation. So in this way, God is giving us an example that if you become Aatmavan, you do not need to worry about, I have to study Vedas, I have to study Sanskrit, all this, how I can understand. So many questions I get raised in my mind because I am having when I am reading it first time, all that will be resolved, all that will be equivalent to once you understand yourself as a Aatmavan. This is important. And the next sloka is 47th sloka, one of the best. We all know this sloka. Karmane vadikaraste ma phalishu kadachana. Very much, everybody knows this sloka. And there is so many understanding and so many misunderstanding created by this sloka. So what we will do, will be coming next Saturday. And by the way, next Saturday is Anadhyay. We are not meeting, we will be meeting the Saturday after. So that is just for everybody's information. Next Saturday I have taken a little bit of holiday for myself. I am having my own family and I have to be responsible for some of my duties towards my family also. So next Saturday I will take pardon and permission from all the devotees online that next Saturday I will not be joining. But the Saturday after we will be joining and we will be going to this 47th sloka. Karmane vadikaraste ma phalishu kadachana. Ma karma phalaya turbuhu mate sangosta karmani. So till then I wish everyone a happy weekend. It's going to be a great weather. It is sometimes warmer. Take lots of liquid. Stay safe and enjoy the summertime. Vasudeva sudam devam kansa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum guru brahma guru vishnu guru devo maheshwara guru sakshat